Mom's Day. I do appreciate about Mother's Day. Same with Father's Day. Great sports days.
Yeah.
Pink that they were for baseball.
Hmm.
Um, and we had our fill of some great moments. Like I said, we'll get to the Knicks stuff later. I want to touch on very briefly Wolves Spurs.
Ooh, okay. Because the Spurs are fighting relegation, and
Oh
they
no. Oh, I mean
wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
Timberwolves. You know what? That's on me. That's two
Okay.
sports.
Nope. Yep. Might be
Tottenham
because
was
I
today.
was I was definitely watching watching that because they needed a win, and that was I guess a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago, but
Well, no,
barely.
Tottenham did play today, so they
Cool.
are 2 points above the relegation zone right now,
All right.
with
So
two
you can
games
win.
left to play.
Nice.
It does look like Arsenal's probably going to lock it up though, which is fine. I had a moment yesterday with my dad, and I was like, "Look, I don't want Arsenal to win because of their style, their fans, whatever,
Hmm.
but I want him to win, if that makes sense."
Yeah.
And it was like it's torn because like I want to root for their downfall because Liverpool aren't having a good year, and that's just what you do as I'm a born hater. I'm a New York sports fan, but I would be okay seeing him happy. Be like, okay, my
Fair
dad's
enough.
team won, fair enough,
Yeah.
we're good. Never again, they got their one, but uh, wouldn't be the end of the world, I guess is my point. But yeah, no, I meant the Timberwolves and San Antonio.
Might be.
Did you catch the game last night?
I didn't catch the game. I saw the foul.
That's all you needed to see.
I saw the foul, and I feel like is that out of character? Is that playoffs kind of tension just getting the best of you?
Yes and no, is my opinion. Because he's year three, but no playoffs last year, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say they handled the first round pretty easily, minus the one game that minus the concussion, right,
Mm-hmm.
against the Trailblazers that he had to sit out. I think it was an extra game. But although this is a 2-6, right? Timberwolves are a 6 seed. Yeah. Although this is a 2-6, this is a much closer game than I think some people were giving it credit to prior to them starting because Timberwolves were Western Conference Finals, what, 2 years in a row? Two out of three?
Yeah.
Um, with a bona fide superstar in Anthony Edwards, this is not a walk in the park for them. And I think like, we go Bear, Julius Randle, Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels, like, physical bunch. This is not going to be when Minyama just gets kind of like walk into a 3 pointer and just gets to kind of like play, I'm going to say pretty basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing him around. And yeah, I mean, there was clearly a foul before Wemby did that. And that's what the first whistle was for. But you can't do that.
No.
You can't lock and load that elbow into his throat. Um, Interestingly enough, it's early in the game, right? If it's beginning of the fourth quarter, does San Antonio still have enough momentum maybe to still pull away? But you're missing, I'm going to say, your best player for over half the game. That's
Yeah.
tough,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the road. But yeah, first thing I saw was, or first thing I thought of when I saw it was like, that's probably great gamesmanship from Minnesota. Go after their guy,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't mean to say, I don't mean to say like Joel Embiid, like don't personally injure him, right? You're not pulling Wembanyama's arm out of his socket, but if you can piss him off to a point that he does something stupid,
Yeah, you turn it into a mental game and hope it doesn't kind of backfire and he starts going off. But I mean, if that's what the play was, then it worked for him, at least in that game four.
yeah, I mean, they did announce that he's not going to be suspended
Mm-hmm.
for tomorrow night. I think everybody also would have said he's not going to be suspended, even if he maybe by the letter of the law there was a chance that he was going to. There's no way the NBA is going to say, "Oh yeah, by the way, one of our biggest international superstars is going to be sitting out as a suspension.
Oh, right.
I think that if that had happened, that changes the series completely.
I mean, I think if he got suspended for the game five,
Yeah,
then the Wolves would take another road win.
and then you go home for Game Six
Yep.
if you're Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes that series
Looking to
completely.
close. Like, but no suspension. We'll see. Are the nerves still there? Is like a day or two off kind of cleansing, and he can kind of refocus, right? And like, okay, hey, that was a stupid play. Let's just close these guys out.
Yeah, I mean you'd think so. Also, he's still so young. Like some people see him and they're like they think seasoned vet just because of the things he can do and like the pedigree he has on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But also he's what 22. Came into the league I think at 18 or 19. This is year three for him. I'm guessing 21, 22.
22.
Man's been able to legally drink in this country for a year. Like he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna
Yeah.
have those mental lapses. Uh, it's on now that vet presence in that locker room or that coach to be able to pull him off and say, "You're too important to this franchise and this playoff run. Like you got to just swallow it. We'll let almost like baseball. Like, we'll let somebody else take the fall for it. We'll let somebody else get hit by a pitch or whatever.
Uh huh.
We got to protect you." Um, and I think that that's my fear is not fear because I don't care between the two sides. But my fear for Minnesota is that okay, they took four. He's going to come out and score 50 points tomorrow night. Like that's did you poke the bear a little bit too much?
Mm-hmm.
But he, you know, besides some all-star moments, not having like the most stellar of playoff runs, not that we're like used to from him. Anthony Edwards is dragging that team as far as he can,
Yep.
but that's a
Just
fun one.
it's interesting, and it's not like I don't know. I kind of expected this to be a little bit easier for the Spurs, but I mean, you brought it up. Like this Wolves team's made it to the Western Conference Finals, so they're not anything to kind of just brush aside. So I'm glad because it's made me kind of ponder. Okay, could either of these two teams compete with OKC? Like if the Wolves, get through their first round and then they're challenging the Spurs here. Maybe it's not as easy as it looks.
I'm gonna say yes. I still think San Antonio probably matches up better, and they also
Mm-hmm.
had their number for it was like a 3 or 4 game stretch around New Year's.
Yeah.
But Minnesota also picked up a win or two against OKC. Like it isn't for as good as Oklahoma City was during the regular season, and they were very good, and they still have not lost in the playoffs. They are probably looking across at two teams that are, in their eyes, should give them the toughest matchup in the playoffs. Is my
Mm-hmm.
guess, right? I would think whoever's coming out of the West between San Antonio and Oklahoma City, you're thinking, okay, well the East number one seed is potentially gone. The East number two seed is gone. You're looking at a Knicks team that, as good as they're playing, has been inconsistent this season. A Cleveland team that really relies on a washed James Harden to be able to like have catch some fire on some nights.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be feeling good. That the West is probably stronger. I mean, even the odds right now, I know Knicks are the highest in the East. It's still third best. It's Oklahoma City first, then San Antonio, then New York. So that's what I'm thinking. They'll probably. I'm assuming they're going to sweep through. Is the Lakers games tonight?
I think
Lakers
it's
will wait.
tonight. Yeah, 10:30.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 4-0. Oklahoma City is going to wait another week,
Yep.
see who their opponent is, and they're thinking like this is their championship, quote unquote.
And I
But
would 100%. I mean, maybe not 100%. I might be like 80% with you on that. Like if they beat whoever comes out of this Wolves Spurs, they probably stand a pretty good chance of
yeah,
um, winning the whole thing. I mean, however, your Knicks have been looking pretty good. So, but we can discuss that when we get there.
Well, the only other, again, the Oklahoma City, that's to me toast. But Cleveland and Detroit right now. Cleveland's up by 12, going looks like the end of the third quarter. It's an interesting series to me for two reasons. One, Detroit, I think, is a better team, but they do rely on Cade to do so much. If Cade has an off night, that team isn't scoring.
Hmm.
And it like right now, Cade's on 4 of 10 shooting for 12 points.
Yeah, and he kind of honestly in game three, he kind of started off a little slow and then picked it up there in the second half. Ultimately, it wasn't enough to secure the dub. Um, but yeah, I mean, for that team to, it's kind of like shocking to see them. I don't want to say struggle, but like it hasn't been the 4-0 that we're probably going to see tonight of OKC over the Lakers. Granted, Luka's hurt, but it's
And
not the
and, and to
4-0
give
sweep there.
Cade, we'll give Cade his kudos because he did come back from injury late
Hmm.
regular season, so that's fair. But I agree with you. You're thinking one seed versus the Magic as a play-in team, and you had to claw it back from a it was 3-1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were 2-0 up on Cleveland. It's looked like it's probably going 2-2. I personally, again, I see those things like their play style, their reliance on their superstar reminds me of so many teams, but honestly, it reminds me of like the Knicks of 2 or 3 seasons ago. Like before the Villanova Knicks, before the Cat trade and everything else, like it was really Brunson or bust. Like if Brunson was hot, we're winning. And then Brunson ended up, I think it was 2 years ago, broke his hand, and it was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Hmm.
And you just struggle because there's no second guy, there's no third guy for you to then have as a ball handler, and that's my concern with them and Kate. Like if he's hot, I, you can't do much because that guy's a superstar. But if he has an off night or he's not at his best, they're clearly, as you're seeing, they struggle.
Yeah, they struggle. And then, like, how many of these playoff games are won by your bench players,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, I was just looking at the box score right now. Karis LeVert's coming off the bench. He's our leading point scorer tonight.
Yeah. And when the difference in your championship teams and your teams that, kind of fizzle out and get to the conference finals or they lose in the semis, their bench isn't necessarily able to make up for their superstars' contribution. And when you win up in games like that, like you have to have that.
Hmm.
So, and that's, maybe we'll see that's what makes a difference in the champion or not.
Yeah, I mean, I would say good besides the Lakers, really, unfortunately, just because of injuries, but good teams all around. I would think any team that's still in sees themselves as having a chance to at least make the finals, which is exciting. I don't really think there's any like true underdog stories of like, oh wow, how'd they get here? But for sure, this is shaking up to be a pretty entertaining playoff
Yes.
run, I would say, and not just for personal selfish reasons.
Hmm.
Um, but sure, we'll get into the next stuff before we get off basketball. It was obviously we didn't record last week, so we talked what after game one? No,
When even did we record?
they played Sunday, Friday, Wednesday, Monday. No, so we the series
The
was done
entire
in a
series.
week.
Yeah, no.
The whole series was in 7 days. We when we talked prior to the series though, I said Knicks in five, and like I really did mean I thought that we were just a really good matchup against Philly, and I didn't expect that.
No. And like I think it was a Thursday. The game one maybe, but I remember
No,
turning it
we
on.
went Monday. Monday night was game one.
Monday was game one. Okay. I remember being at work and having to do something after hours and turning on the game. And after the first quarter, I was like, okay, well, this is I know how this is ending now. So go next. Like what's the next game going to look like? And it was the same thing, just over and over again. And you guys were setting records for like most points in a quarter. I think you tied most points in a quarter for the Knicks specifically.
We also didn't talk about the closeout game against the Hawks.
Correct.
We
Which
missed
was
that one because everything's
also,
happened in the last 9 days.
yeah.
Yeah, to your point, I believe the last game yesterday was tied for most three pointers made in a playoff game. We were at 25.
Hmm.
We were most three pointers made in a quarter, which I think was first quarter. We had 11 or 12, or tied for the record for that. And then through three quarters yesterday, before the starters came out, we had the most efficient three quarters of basketball in recorded history. And assuming if the starters had stayed in, let's assume they finished the game on that, which is never a guarantee, that would have counted as the most efficient game for like
Hmm.
offensive rating. And yeah, we couldn't miss. And part of me is like, where has this team been? Because there were some super frustrating losses to regular season, like the Golden State game. We were down by 20 and we won on the last second bucket. We lost to Utah, or the loss to the West Coast games where we lost to the Lakers. Like, it's like, okay, clearly we've shown that we can do this. And maybe it's just playoff adjustments. Maybe it's Mike Brown and some of our like superstar guys kind of waking up. But I watch those games and I don't want to besmirch like Philly too bad because they got there, right? They took down a Boston squad,
Yeah.
but we made them look like it was a freaking JV team.
Yeah. And I think just the matchups there were overpowering in your guys' favor. And I mean, on top of what are they supposed to do? And I'm pretty sure I text you this the same thing in that Hawks when they close out the Hawks. It's like, what are
Mm-hmm.
the Hawks supposed to do? New York's just not missing. Anything that
No, and
goes up
that's
is coming down. Like it's you know. So and so one of the questions I was gonna ask you, and I already asked you this, I text you this, but like, do you think they can keep their foot on the gas and keep playing like this for another, could be potentially 14 games?
it's hard because right there were New York fans that was seeing this morning that were like, oh well, I wish we didn't have to wait a week. Like, I wish we had a game tomorrow. Like, clearly the vibes are good, everything's working right now. Like, don't mess with the formula.
Mm-hmm.
There were only 2 days off in between Philly or Atlanta to Philly. Like, let's keep the momentum. And I push back on that because like OG's out, clearly was a pivotal player for us. Was I think MVP of the Hawks series and had a really good game one and game two before he got hurt. Being full strength, I think, is what matters more than a momentum, in my opinion. And like championship teams, that's what happens. Like when Golden State lost, that was because Kevin Durant was hurt.
Yeah.
Like you assume with a healthy Durant, and
That
I believe and Clay was out, right?
Clay, I think Clay got hurt while Durant was out.
Okay,
I think
because I think that was 20. I want to say 18, but
Toronto's year.
yes,
Hmm.
that was Toronto. Yeah, but the story is, oh well, what if so and so was healthy? What if so and so didn't get hurt? If we go into this next series against, let's assume it's Detroit and OG is back because we've had a week to
To
rest,
rest and recover. Yeah.
and he also didn't play the last two games, so he's really had, let's say, 10 days to be able to get back to full health. They're going to come off of, let's say it's Detroit, they're going to come off of a 7 game series against a physical Magic team, potentially 6 to 7 game series against a Cleveland squad that's given them some trouble. And they have to, and I'm going to use the word here, like a juggernaut Knicks team that's healthy right now, that's going to like be amped up for this series, and That's hard. That's hard to. How do you get back up if you're Detroit and you put everything into those first two rounds and oh, we got to go again? So in that mindset, I'm like, okay, I could see it. My issue is I don't know if we can touch Oklahoma City. I really don't. Like for everything that I'm saying for New York, it's the same thing on the other side.
Yeah.
And they just have they play better defense. I think they have more bench options who can come off and just light up a team. And that's my fear. That's maybe our five versus their five. Like maybe that's a really competitive matchup. That plus minus is like a one or two. The second their bench guys go in against some of our bench guys, I don't think we can hold them. But I don't think it'll be like a 4-0 sweep. I think if we make it to the finals, which on its own would be fantastic,
Yeah.
haven't done so since '99. But you know, my only frustrating thing with the Knicks is like Stephen A. gets on ESPN. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're winning the whole thing." But after the Hawks game three loss, he was like, "Oh, like burn it down, like we're trash." And it's like that pendulum swings a little bit too hard for New York fans. I get it, but I think we need to take it in stride a little bit.
Fair enough.
Um, and then I saw another guy for one of the sports radios in New York was talking about just New York sports teams in general. Like obviously the Yankees had their a couple of runs, but their most recent being like the '99 into 2000s, and Mets had a couple of years World Series runs, NLCS runs, but never really put it together. Giants had the two Super Bowls. Jets have been trash. Rangers made two Stanley Cup Finals, one at '94. But the Knicks have just been nothing for so long. And for it to be like the only quote unquote team that's just in Manhattan, like actually, like if you want a team that represents the city and the people that are there, this is the team.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's like so exciting for them is like there's such a basketball community there. Like, did you saw all the stuff with the ticket sales in Philly?
No.
Oh, so basically, the 76ers were so worried about New York fans traveling. It's about 90 minutes, 90 miles, so with no traffic, a little over an hour and a half. They were so worried about New York fans traveling south to come to the Philly games that they geo locked their ticket sales to only zip codes and addresses inside the greater Philadelphia area to try to make sure that they didn't sell them to
Sell
away
out.
fans, essentially. Yeah.
Sell out a Philly stadium to all New York fans.
So in Joel Embiid's press conference after the game two loss, when they were flipping it back to Philly, he was the one who was like, "If you guys need money, like we'll buy the tickets. Like we just need you guys there. Do everything you can to basically show up and support."
Mm-hmm.
And then game three and game four, they were more Knicks fans than Philly fans, than 76ers fans. Like you still had Celebrity Row, you still had Timothy Chalamet, Ben Stiller, uh, Fat Joe, like all of them still on camera sitting at the game.
Mm-hmm.
And people were asking like, "How is this possible?" And a bunch of New York fans were like, "Dude, like I'm a Knicks fan, but I live in Philly, so I just bought tickets." I was
I
like, "All
bought
right, cool, I'm
tickets. I'm
going."
good to go. Yeah.
Like some guy said that he basically shared his Venmo and just collected a bunch of money, bought all the tickets, sent it back out to the fans. And like, dude, you're asking a crazy fan base to challenge you on that? Oh yeah, they'll go to Tokyo, no
Yeah.
problem.
That's probably the easiest firewall to
Oh my
get through
god.
there.
And then there were TikToks and pictures and stuff coming out from outside the, uh, I think there's Xfinity Arena or whatever theirs is called, of like where they do like the knockoff merch outside of the stadium
Mm-hmm.
was all Nick stuff.
Yikes.
And it's like, dude, you're not winning that.
No. Not when
Uh,
the whole city of New York and your city of Philly is against you.
right. So that's tough. Part of me does feel for them because Joel Embiid was the draft class of 2014. To put that in a little bit of perspective there, that's how long
Yeah.
the process has been around. And I mean, they've had some regular season success. They've had like, some cool upsets in the playoffs. Still never made it out of the second round.
Mm-mm.
So that makes me think that you need a full tear down. I don't know. VJ Edgecombe is that dude though. Tyrese Maxey is legit. The rest of that team can go. Just start from there.
Just keep those two
2-on-5 next
and
year.
keep it. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
But in a long-winded answer for your question, can they keep it up? I sure hope so. It's fun right now. But like, God, it was somebody screenshotted like the Knicks opening day lineup from like 2007, 2008, and it's like there were some dark days. There were some real bad years. Besides, Melo and a couple like cool playoff runs or a cool regular season win, we didn't have much. So this is exciting.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So, but I think that's. You have anything else for basketball?
Well, if you just don't know how quick you want to keep it, it looks like Cleveland's up 14 now.
Okay, so about
Um,
7 minutes left. Yeah.
who would you prefer coming out of this Pistons Cavaliers matchup?
From a from like a narrative perspective, I think I would want Detroit. They had our number in the regular season. I think they were 4-0 against this regular season, and those games were not close. They truly, I mean, took us apart. They also, I think, want that revenge from last year. We beat them in the first round. So I would think that being able to take them, they're the one seed where the three upset them, take care of business. That would be a lot of fun. Kind of saying, hey, you're still a little brother, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do also think that basketball wise, we probably match up better with them with how we're playing right now. To my point, if you can shut down Cade, the team becomes pretty limited. The issue with Cleveland is we've had success with them in previous playoff runs since Donovan Mitchell's been there. I think we knocked them out twice in the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years. But that is a team full of stars. It's Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, plus Donovan Mitchell, plus Harden. They got a couple weapons there. Now James Harden, this is only his second good game of the playoffs, or third good game of the playoffs this year, so he's not a guarantee. But Donovan Mitchell's fantastic. You got two big men, and plus they have a decent enough bench of guys that can come back in. So only plus I'll say is if it's Cleveland, we have home court advantage. But I'll pick Detroit, and
Okay, yeah.
even if here's the other thing, like cynical part of me, even if we lose, let's say in seven against Detroit, they are the one seed, and they did take care of us in the regular season. So part of me maybe that's like a safety. I think we can do it, I really do, but if it doesn't happen, I'd rather lose to them on the great year that they're having. Like losing to Cleveland would honestly suck. That would be like, wow, we had two great series and then we're gonna drop it to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit at least could be okay. Well, we caught some fire. We were fantastic. We lost to a team that
Lost to the one seed.
they were 4-0 against us this year. Happens. I do think that if Cleveland makes it out of the East, like I think they're done. I think that's a 5 game Oklahoma City win.
5 games. So yeah, I mean, and that was kind of leading me to this ultimatum. Is like I think you guys are the best chance the league has for defeating OKC.
I think San Antonio is.
Like I don't know. I think I think San Antonio or the Wolves are going to be kind of worn out, and
That's fair.
OKC is sitting in the same place
Both of
you
we
are,
are. Yeah.
or at least I'm expecting them to be after tonight's game. So they're going to get that, 3-4 day break in between games, maybe even up to a week before they have to face a Wolves and Spurs team who have been trading blows, quite literally,
It's a great point. No, you're right.
trading bows. Like, so
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't. I would also love to see her and say like we're the best hope. Like my only issue, or I guess not an issue, but my big positive for New York is our home games are going to be a zoo. legitimately. Like Knicks in the finals, first time in 27 years is going to be it's gonna be ESPN every day. Just be ready for Stephen A. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying. But on the flip side, like that does turn sour quickly if there's adversity because of just the nature of those fans. If we drop game one to OKC, maybe we drop game two, things aren't looking good, or let's say Brunson has an off night, all of a sudden some of that support can start to wane.
Turned into some negative energy.
I worry about that. Now clearly, we've been okay so far, but even like I said, the Stephen A. thing when we were down 2-1 to the Hawks, and it was like, oh, this team, blah, blah, blah. Dude, only 3 games in. Give it a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So that's my fear is Oklahoma City's so good that we're going to come up against it. Do I think we could still do it? Sure. I'll give us a, I don't know, 25% chance, 30% chance, maybe.
Okay.
Assuming we make the finals.
Yeah.
Uh, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. It's fun. It's just fun to watch cool basketball and uh, root for a winning team. That's kind of nice. Doesn't happen often. But
gotta cherish it while you can.
yes. Speaking of having to cherish the bright moments, I was reading an article today about the Jets, and it was like, wow, these rookies who weren't even drafted looked so good at rookie minicamp. And I scrolled down, one of the comments was like, this is the bar for excitement.
Our
Some rookies
rookies
we've
look
never
great.
heard of.
Yeah.
Not even guys we drafted. Some rookies that we signed off the street. They looked okay at rookie minicamp, which was a 2-day minicamp. I'm like, yeah, well, fair enough. But the only other NFL news I saw was first Sunday night football of was it Sunday or Monday night football of the season is going to be New York Giants against Dallas.
Okay.
And I had a question about Dallas. Do we think that this current iteration of Dallas with Dak Prescott at quarterback can be something more than just like America's team, quote unquote? Not my words. Can they turn into a successful football team? I guess is my question.
I feel like it would have happened by now, right?
Hmm. Let me see.
Because I nothing against Dak. I mean, he led the league last year for most of the year.
Dak's
For
32. He'll be 33 July of this year.
yeah, like it. I feel like it would have already happened. Now, granted, there's been some pieces added and taken away over the years and whatnot, but like this Dallas team this past season wasn't that bad, but they still hit the
Yeah,
under somehow.
yeah, that's true.
You know, I like watching the team play. Dak's leading the league at quarterback for I think it was yards. Uh, CD was hurt for a little bit. I know that hurt my fantasy squad. But then you had Turpin, right,
Yeah, he was
coming
4,500
in.
yards, 30
Yeah,
touchdowns, 10 assists.
came in and
Yeah,
filled the role, and they were winning games. But then CD comes back, and then they're losing again. Honestly, what plagued Dallas, I think, last year wasn't Dak. It wasn't Dak, for sure.
the rest of the team around him.
Yeah, it was what was surrounding him. Because I mean, I remember watching several games, thinking like, "Dang, CD doesn't drop those passes. Like drop, drop, drop." And it's like, okay, well, you can't win a playoff game if you're dropping perfect bombs. You know, so
No, and to your point, they made the move for Pickens as a two. But I guess I'm just like the narrative is always so strong about Dallas of like, oh well, and I know their fan base is huge. I mean, a team that was a dynasty and a team that has so many
mhm.
legends attached to it, of course. But current iteration, a team that struggles in not nothingness, but in mediocrity. Like to your
Yeah,
point, when you look at Dallas, you think, oh, they're gonna go 9-8, and that's enough. they're going to go 8-9 this year. Maybe they'll get 7 wins this year. You're not looking at Dallas and thinking, oh, they can easily put together 12, 13, 14 wins.
No, no, not at all.
And I guess my point for that is like, when does that shine kind of rub off a little bit? How many years does it take before that reputation changes?
Changes like for the better, or like we.
Um, I would, well, again, if the football product changes, that's fine. But I mean more like that public perception of we're going to talk about this team all the time. We're going to hype up this team. Them playing on Sunday Night Football is still a new story kind of thing. Now, again, it's a divisional game. I know that's a rivalry. Giants are going to be kind of an upstart team this year. I
Mm-hmm.
understand why that's in the news. It just made me think like,
What what other team could take that place potentially?
yeah, sure, there
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, I think the only other valid options would be something like Green Bay or the Steelers, and not necessarily for the football culture or how they're doing or what tier they are right now, but as far as like America's team, you know,
Pittsburgh's not a bad option actually,
right?
because I feel you with that. Like the culture, the fan base, it's has very much this like we believe in our guys kind of thing. The iconography of it. Whoever the quarterback of the Steelers is normally this superstar, prominent figure. Besides like the Mason Rudolph years, but yeah, that's a I don't mind that at all. That's a good one.
But I think
But
it would take, like, if Kansas City had won, if they had beat the Eagles a couple years ago,
hmm
then they stood a good chance of continuing to build that dynasty and potentially, 10, 20 years from now, that's now America's team. They're always on Sunday Night Football, you know. But
I
then,
would have said Patriots.
I was going to say, but then you kind of think back and it's like, well, why not the Patriots then?
Actually, it's funny because like part of me like the whole Boston thing is as much success and as much superpower that those teams had, they almost when I say Boston, I guess I mean the Celtics too for a little bit. Not maybe not this current version of the Celtics, but they almost enjoy being the villain. Like
Mm-hmm.
Brady enjoyed being the boogeyman of sorts. Like he doesn't need to be America's sweetheart. He knows he's going to be in the Super Bowl every year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So he's like, screw you. I don't need your support. We're going to be there. We're going to beat your team. I don't feel like Dallas has that. I feel like Dallas wants to be beloved. Dallas wants the affection of the country to be like, oh, yes, we love our team.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, you know what? Green Bay's not a bad option. I just feel like Green Bay's so insulated. They only want their fans.
Fair.
Green Bay doesn't want to be a bigger brand. I thought of Chicago.
It's a good one.
To your point, similar success, 80s, and have some legends that have played for them. Obviously, they were better than decent last year,
Yeah, very
and
much
I do
so.
think that they are on the rise. And that could be a team, especially if this new stadium deal gets done over the next. I mean, it's still going to be a couple years away. That could be a team that's like, oh, the Bears are playing on Monday Night Football. Oh, the Bears are going to be your Australia game or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But the only other news story that I saw was just kind of like a very rough looking at off-season stuff and drafts, and has it changed who you think is still going to be the top, let's say, two or three teams of the season?
Um, it is not. So, I mean, barring Mendoza having some sort of Superman esque rookie season, I think hopefully they go 500. Right.
Yeah,
Hope the best for him there. But I still think the top guys are going to be the top guys. Like, I'm going to tell you, Bengals aren't going to be there. Browns aren't going to be there. Who knows what the Steelers are going to look like? I think the Bears are potentially going to be a contender for the NFC title
I can see that.
because they've just gotten like a little bit better every year, and then last year was kind of like, oh, okay, they're for real.
They took the jump, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are for real. Um, I'm hoping the Bucks look a little bit better than they did last season. They look great first three games, kinda. I believe they were all by like one score, and then the
Uh,
wheels just kind of were teetering the whole time.
I could see, but see the thing with them is like I don't have them ruled out. They
No,
wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if that was a team that won 10 games, but it also wouldn't surprise me if that was a team that went 9-8.
yeah,
Like they could go, oh, well, we won the division and we won 12 games, and it's like, wow, okay, the Tampa put together, or wow, this Tampa team is really struggling to get to across the line. Well, they went
yeah.
8-9, they still won the NFC South.
Hmm,
I think Buffalo for me, they still have that last hill to have to climb over, but they're gonna be a great regular season team. I worry about New England.
really?
Well, it's the whole coach thing.
Yeah.
I saw some people saying that they don't think that he'll be the coach by week 1.
Wow.
And if that does happen, and obviously I don't know if that does happen, they'll take a downturn. I think he was a big reason culture wise. People want to play for him. Losing that right before the season's going to start, I think would sting.
Just tank.
I don't know about tank, but I
Well,
don't think
not
they would hit the highs that they were going to
yeah,
hit.
not intentionally tank, but kind of definitely roll down the hill a little bit.
Now, if he sticks around, this gets brushed under the rug, and it's like it never happened. They're a contender again to come out of the AFC. I would say that's fair. Another year of Drake May, he looked great. He had some pieces around his team. They're going to be fine. The other teams out of the AFC, I would say you have bounce back potential maybe for Kansas City, depending on what Mahomes' injury looks like.
I think the Texans always stand a good chance.
Baltimore,
Yep.
new coach. Does Lamar have another breakout and potential MVP season? He's always due for one. Josh Herbert, kind of, I don't know, man. He's been good, but he hasn't. The rub on him is he hasn't done it when it mattered.
Yeah.
Playoff games or big pivotal divisional games. But if it's not them, to your point, I don't think it's going to be the Raiders. I don't think so. But that could be a division that's wide open then.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to put a pin in the Chiefs.
That's
See
what I
if
mean.
they
Yeah,
can, because
we'll have to
if
see. Yeah,
assuming health, like I don't think they have the same season as last season. Um, but again, that's all up in the air with injury stuff. Um, gosh,
Jags could be fine. I don't know.
I think I think honestly that's going to be a tough division there
The South or the
for
West?
the West for those few teams,
Yeah,
and then another one like the NFC East because with everyone
I
healthy,
might be a Giants believer, man.
I'm saying
You might have me thinking they might win 9 or 10 games,
like
which is kind of crazy, but I
I'm
might be
saying
bought in. I love the Harbaugh move. I think Jackson Dart is legit, even if he does throw his body around way too much. I think that he added um, Arvell Reese. That just like we could be looking up and being like, wow, Giants are 4-0, 5-0. Now, the schedules aren't out yet, which I think they come out in 2 weeks. But Commanders, we'll see. Cowboys, we just talked about. Eagles, hmm, disappointing year last year,
yeah,
but also wouldn't surprise you if they won 10 games and they just got back on it. So yeah, maybe you are looking at that division being
I think that one's gonna be
the
tough.
best, the toughest in football. But I can tell you who's not winning more than 5 games. That's the Jets.
Jets.
But yeah, I don't know. We got so much time for football. We're still a while away.
Yeah, I'll take the over for you, just as a vote of confidence.
They don't even have it, do they?
Probably not yet. The schedule's out or not out.
Oh, 5.5. There you go.
Okay, 6 games. I don't know.
No way. No way. I can't believe it's already out, but no way. No shot. That's crazy to me. All right. Well, we'll have to go through we'll go through the whole the over unders and the schedules, and we got time for that
Yeah,
because I'm sure there will be a trade or an injury or something before the season starts, anyways. Uh, but does say Jets are projected to face the league's fifth easiest schedule. I'm still going under. I can't do it. I gotta close that tab. I was starting to think awful
I was
things.
starting to think.
I can't do it. Um. Oh, my last big note: World Cup, 4 weeks away.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're gonna need to. I don't think we'll do it next week. We'll do it the week after. We're gonna go maybe not country by country because that's a lot, but we'll probably go your top 10 teams that could win, a couple of bullet points here and there. But I was looking at ticket prices; they're starting to come down just a smidge on some of the games. But there was a game in Boston. I think it was Morocco. Somebody, Scotland, maybe I don't remember who it was. Still $300 to get in. It's not happening, but I'm gonna keep an eye on those prices
Yeah,
just in case. In case they drop to like I don't know, $99. Maybe I'll get in.
that's something.
So I got a long way to go. We'll see.
You know, just
My last.
plan a trip somewhere and just wait on one of those
We're
game
gonna
time
be in.
apps.
We're gonna be in New Hampshire. So I'm like, hey, I
Okay.
got a rental car. I can drive to Boston. It's fine. I just have to pay $175 for parking or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But uh, if I'm gonna be there, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to speak it into the universe yet.
It's too
But if it
late.
does happen,
It's
you'll be the
already out
first.
there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Damn. My FBI agent heard
Mm-hmm.
prices are about to $400
He's
now.
on it. Yep.
Um, I did want to give credit where it's due. WNBA is back. Two
Yes.
new teams this year, which is kind of exciting, and a healthy, hopefully, set of superstars because I just didn't. Indiana didn't have anything without Caitlin Clark, and I think that she is just already, which is funny because it's so quick, but she's already reached the superstar status of like you need her healthy for the year
Yeah.
if the team's going to compete. You need Asia Wilson healthy for Las Vegas if they're going to win and compete. So that's fun. That's fun because I would always rather have more good sports than
Yes.
not. Even if you don't support a team or a player or whatever, give me more of those.
Something. Yeah. Something to throw on and entertain.
Especially with the NBA. I mean, NBA's only got about a month left.
Yes.
Finals are normally the first or second week of June. They're
Yeah.
done, and that's just about when hockey's gonna be
I was
finished
gonna say
too. And then we're
same
just
with
stuck with
hockey. Same
baseball.
time.
And the Mets, man, awful. Whatever stink the Jets had, somebody rubbed it off on the Mets. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's my story.
I went to that Reds game and brought some bad juju or something because we lost
Oh
that
no.
game to the Rays and then I believe lost like 8 straight or
Oof.
something. Yeah.
Let's see, just for context here,
Yeah. Hold on. Pulling it up.
brother. Rays are the third best record in baseball.
My Reds.
I know, but I'm
Oh,
saying like
yes. Yes. The
you're
Rays
losing
have.
to a good
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, we won the series. We won the first 2 games.
oh,
It's just the game that I went to, we lost.
well, I was gonna. My point was you're losing to a good team. That doesn't.
Yeah.
That's all right. But yeah, no, Cincinnati's still 3 games over 500. You're playing in the most competitive division of baseball right now. So that doesn't sting too bad. But yeah, that's Mets are 10 games below 500. It is May 11th, so things are things are going great. Can't wait till they call me up. Let's go. I have to pitch a couple innings.
Yeah. Hey, we need you to open for us.
Open. I'm a closer. What are you talking about? Hey, well, dude, we need you. We got nobody. Everybody's quit. All the contracts are void. Um, I did. I did do a theme park this weekend.
Okay, where'd you go?
We did some Legoland out in Lakeland.
Oh, interesting. How was that?
Good time. We went with some cousins and their kids, and they had a blast. But the uh, the Legos, I could not leave that store without swiping that card a couple too many times.
Of course not.
So of course I had to pick up one of the World Cup builds.
Okay.
So I'll have it's the little USA frame with the jerseys in there. So that'll
Pieces?
be up. How many pieces?
Hmm.
It's a small one. It's 200.
Oh, okay. Fair.
No, I'm normally I do like one bigger one every summer,
Fair
but
enough.
with this move potentially happening, we're gonna wait until that's done.
Till like
So
get
I'm not
everything
moving
in its
with that.
place, and then
So my thought is, I saw when I was in one of the stores, they had a Lego Star Wars. It was the at I say it was $200.
hmm
Someone like 800 or 1,000 pieces, something like that. I was like, ooh, that would look good. If I want to go with the World Cup theme, they have the World Cup trophy,
that's sick.
2 feet tall,
That's crazy.
$200. Maybe not 2 feet, maybe a foot and a half, but it's a tall boy. Uh, so I'm kind of oscillating between those two. But whenever we do whenever we do an episode and I have the office done, which hoping will be maybe end of June, maybe beginning of July, you'll see whatever I choose, it'll be behind me.
It'll be built, and yeah, all
Oh,
mine are
100%.
packed in a way. I had like a stack on that whole bookshelf of just Lego, 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 just ready to build. But since I'm also doing the move, I was like, all right, well, I'm not building these to then transport Legos. I'm just gonna
Correct.
keep it in the box. So I've got a C3PO, and he's got the silver leg too after he's been
Nice.
tampered with by the Jawas. So that's on the list. And then R2 is on the list. And they also have a Chewbacca.
Is that's the heads, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here.
This is because I know I've seen you had like the profile ones, like the headshots of them.
I did have that. I broke that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. It was on my nightstand and I knocked it over.
yeah, that seems like an odd place for some Legos.
Well, you live and you learn. Here you go.
We can confirm though, Cleveland did win by 9, so that's a 2-2.
This bad boy.
Oh, that's nice. That's a tall boy too.
I don't know how tall.
I was gonna say, look at that scale with the little figurine.
Oh, true. Okay, bet.
Um. So yeah, so we'll have to see, but the trophy would be sick. Um. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Everything from NBA to Legos.
Oh no, I did have one more Star Wars thing. I'm so sorry. I finished Maul, Shadow Lord.
Okay, that's on. It's already on the list because I've already seen good reviews and stuff about it.
Wherever it is on your list, move it up.
Move it up. Okay, fair.
I'm not hyperbolizing. What is the best animated Star Wars show right now for you?
I haven't seen any
At all?
animated.
Yeah.
Haven't seen any animated ones.
Okay, you can't start here.
No,
You can't no.
because
You
it
gotta go
probably interlaps with like Clone Wars and stuff.
Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch.
Okay,
You got to do all three of those, and
Fair
that
enough.
sucks because Clone Wars is 7 seasons.
I know. I started it and was like, yeah, this is a lot.
It is, and I will say the first couple seasons of Clone Wars were like, okay, fine, fine, fine. Then when they start connecting the pieces, like season 3, season 4, and you're like, oh, I remember that guy. I remember the story. I remember the storyline.
Hmm.
That finishes, rolls right into Rebels, which just picks back up with the heat, and you're like, wow. Rebels finishes, and you're like, this is peak Star Wars. And then they give you Bad Batch. I guess Bad Batch you don't need for Maul, but elite storytelling, best lightsaber duel scenes to me in probably the entire franchise were in
Okay.
this show. Just like cool stuff that you hadn't seen before. You're
Yeah.
like, wow, that was interesting. You can do that with animation. You can't do that with live action.
Fair.
And they've already announced season 2 next spring.
Hell
So
yeah. All right. Well, we got some catching up to do.
I was gonna say you're gonna move to an empty house. You're gonna have one TV. You're gonna be like, I gotta binge these now.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, man, that's we're at a fun sports time right now,
Heck yeah.
and Knicks don't play minimum until I think it's next Monday. So we got time. We're not gonna miss any Knicks
No.
games.
No.
But you guys know the deal. Like, subscribe, everything, comment. Let me know. Little tangent. What's your favorite Star Wars project? I did the deep dive. I went to Legos. I picked up the pieces. I did add because I like the show so much. I added a little Maul figure
Okay.
keychain
Nice.
as I added my keychain for every year. Now I have Mando, I have Luke, and now I'll have Darth Maul. But yeah, let us know what your favorite is. If you're a New York fan, what's your confidence rating? How are you feeling? I'm as much as I love the optimism of we can take down anybody on this planet. I would love some New York fans that had a little bit of, hey, we're good. Let's just gotta see how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, we'll be back next week.
Sounds good.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day, all. We'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.